Welcome back to another episode of Baseball in the Bible. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, the star of the show, my talented, funny, smart, awesome, my son, Riker.
Yeah, well, special episode when
so we're switching it up because that's how you do an intro, and that's how you should introduce me every episode. Instead of just, and here's my dad. So we switch it up, and I just gave you a little lesson on how to do a proper intro. Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah. So we're back, another episode. Hope everybody's doing well. We've got a lot of fun things to cover, some of the normal stuff, picking up where we've left off. But we do recognize at the release of this episode that today...
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a national holiday, Super Bowl Sunday. So maybe you're watching this and it's early in the day. Maybe you're watching it before the game starts. But we are going to give our expert opinion pick.
Yes, even though we're a baseball podcast.
I think you get a pass to pick.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl. Yeah.
So we're going to give our picks. If you're watching during the game and our picks are wrong, which they probably will be, just ignore everything that we say. But we're gonna give it a whirl. So who's in the Super Bowl?
New England and Seattle.
New England and Seattle. For me, a very meh.
Yeah, same.
Meh, as the kids would say. Mid,
yeah, that's it. Meh is not
okay.
Mid.
Old.
Yeah,
mid.
Mid.
Okay, so it's a mid Super Bowl for me.
Very much so.
Happened a couple years ago. It's a rematch. Seattle should have won that Super Bowl. They were at the 2-yard line, getting ready to go in for a touchdown drive. The Patriots could not stop Marshawn Lynch that whole game and that drive, and all they had to do was hand it off to Marshawn Lynch. He probably scores a touchdown. Seahawks win. Brady loses. Patriots lose. But they try to get cute and throw a little 2-yard boom and a little pass. Russell Wilson got picked off. Patriots won. So I think for the city of Seattle and for the Seahawk organization, this is going to be a revenge.
Oh yeah, they won it.
Revenge game, even though none of those players are there. It's going to be
the legacy,
much like in little Mavs talk in 2006. When the Mavs should have beat the Heat, they lost to the Heat in a terrible fashion. It was only right that when they came back and won in 2011, they beat the Heat. It was like it made things right. So I think that's what's going to happen here.
We're talking about every sport.
We are. We're going to get there. But the Seattle Seahawks, I predict, are going to win the Super Bowl. Both teams have good defenses. Again, I think New England is in the Super Bowl, and I still don't understand how they're there because when you watch them play, their defense is really good, and their coach is really good, Mike Vrabel. Yeah, Drake May's okay, but I think he will get better, but he's not the reason that they're there. But the same time that the Patriots won the first time with Brady, he wasn't the reason that they won either the first time. He grew into that, but if the Patriots win, it wouldn't shock me. Because they somehow found a way to win a lot of games this year, but they haven't played a ton of great teams. They obviously just beat Denver. So we'll see. But I think their both defenses are great. I'm just going to lean towards Seattle's a little bit more. I think they have more playmakers on offense with Jackson Smith and Jumba. I can't ever say his name, but JSN, wide receiver. So I'm going to pick them as low scoring-ish kind of game. Not too crazy, but I'm going to go Seattle 27, New England 21. So a close game. Okay. I'm hoping for at least a good game, but I'm going to go Seattle 27, New England 21. Who you got?
I got, once again, Seattle, like you said. New England just doesn't seem like I don't know, just the fire and the sparks don't really seem there for me. It just doesn't seem like a team that...
No, I mean, I don't know. They don't have a lot of star power, but as far as they're playing together as a team, I mean, they're doing everything as a team. But
fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, I think Seattle 34, New England 27.
Oh, so a little more high scoring game
Yeah, high scoring.
for. I mean,
More high
more
scoring.
high scoring. I think even mine might be a little much considering both of their defenses, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Who's the MVP?
Oh.
I'm gonna go Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Crazy. I mean, you can go JSN. A lot of people are picking him.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay, I'll go Sam Darnold just because. Again, this is a guy, same, just guy that's kind of bounced around a little bit, and he's found a home in Seattle and doing well. So that's our picks. If you're watching this and the game's going on and New England's up by 2 touchdowns, then we obviously are wrong. But we'll see. Seattle, I can't pull for New England, so even though I don't really like Seattle, I guess I'll pull for Seattle. So there you go. Those are our picks. I would not bet on them because they will probably be wrong. But Seattle, we think, wins the Super Bowl.
Yes, we do.
So Seattle's in the West. That's how we're going to transition. That's how we do it. The transition. Seattle's in the West Coast. We are going to transition to the National League today. We've covered all of our American League teams and our American League playoffs.
Good transition.
And we're going to transition to the National League West.
No question on who's winning this one.
And working our way through that division, and then we'll do the East next week, and then wrap it up with the Central. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy picks here, but we're going to talk through it. But we are going to start with the National League West. So we have some all-time greats represented here in jerseys. Yeah. We've got the great Willie Mays. Jackie. That's his Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, but, it's still a Dodgers, so we put it up there. This is actually the New York Giants as well, but we'll represent the San Francisco Giants. And then, and all these, this was your all-time, when we did our all-time teams, this was your all-time center fielder, your all-time second baseman. And this was my all-time left-handed pitcher, Randy Johnson, when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And so some great jerseys there for our West conversation. And so let's pick up there. Obviously, we both have to, we know who we're going to pick, but we can at least talk through some of the things that have happened and are yet to happen. And
correct.
If we think anybody else from the West makes it into the playoffs. Last year, just to set the stage, last year the Dodgers won, but it was a close match. It was down to the wire kind of with the Padres. I think they won by 3 games, ended up winning by 3 over the Padres. But they were the division winner for like the 100th year in a row. And then Padres got in as a wild card. So just 2 teams out of the West last year. And the Giants finished 3rd, I think a little bit above 500, and the Diamondbacks 4th, like a couple games under 500. And then the Rockies way. So that's how it wrapped up. Padres got in the playoffs. I think they won their first round series against the Cubs. So they had a little bit of success in the playoffs. Obviously, we know that the Dodgers went on to win the whole thing and win the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. So the question is, well, we're not picking World Series tonight, but do they get in the playoffs with the opportunity to go for 3 in a row is the question. And we say absolutely, probably, most likely, absolutely, probably. If you look at the favorites right now, the betting favorites, Dodgers are clearly the pick, and then it kind of follows up same as last year with the Padres and the Giants kind of right there. Both of those teams have new managers, which is always tricky. Padres Stanman, I think is his name, out of the front office jumped in. And then the Giants went like really unorthodox, and they hired the Tennessee Vols, so straight from college. He had a lot of success. Tony Vitello, I think is how you say his name, but he's from the Volunteers. So first year, so they got 2 first-year managers there in those key teams. But those would be the favorites. Again, the Diamondbacks kind of like hanging out there. But if we look at what everyone's done, we'll start with the D-backs. And they have a big free agent that's still hanging out there. and we've talked about this on previous episodes. So we're going to make these picks tonight, not yet knowing where all these guys are going to end up, because this first guy, Zach Gallen, he didn't have a great year last year, but just 2 years ago, he was a big reason why the D-backs made it to the World Series against the Rangers. I don't think he won the Cy Young that year, but he was right in the hunt. But he's a free agent. So the question is, does he re-sign? And everything, as I'm reading as of today, it appears that the Diamondbacks are still the front runner to get Zach Gallen.
Okay.
So, but if he doesn't go there, there's rumors of the Padres, which will change some things. Yeah. There's also rumors of the Cubs. So hopefully he doesn't go there. Acquisitions, they re-signed Merrill Kelly. He was with them previously and had some success. He was with the Rangers for a short period last year, but he's back with the D-backs. And they also made a trade for our guy, Nolan Arenado. Is now on the D-backs. So we'll see how that fit. Hopefully for him, I'm pulling for him, so I'm hoping that he has kind of a resurgence there.
Yeah.
New team, new organization, to kind of shoot some life into him.
It wouldn't hurt for me, honestly, just to cheer for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just because
it's not it's like I don't have a hatred for him, so.
For the team?
Yeah, for the team. Yeah. So it's like, I couldn't catch myself doing that.
Well, they got Corbin Carroll, who's one of the best. So we'll see there. The Zach Gallen thing is a big one for me, but I think when we do our picks here in a second, I'm going to make the pick based on the assumption he's going back.
Okay.
So
that's foreshadowing.
Going back.
Extreme foreshadowing.
We'll skip the Dodgers because we'll come back to them. The Giants.
Gosh, the agent that they signed.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Giants have a couple. They have Justin Verlander, who's also a free agent. He's obviously one of the greatest of all time, Hall of Famer, getting up in age. I don't know how big of a difference that makes, but we'll see if they re-sign him. They did, nothing crazy. Tyler Mahle, Harrison Bader, they just signed the outfield. And then they have the new manager. Padres, Luis Arias is a free agent. That could be big. Nestor Cortez. Signed Michael King, signed Sung Moon Song, and again, nothing else. Tristan McKenzie to a minor league deal. The biggest thing for the Padres is they lost Dylan Cease. We talked about this in the Blue Jays episode. We talked about the AL East, that the Blue Jays had got Dylan Cease. So obviously that's a big blow to the Padres, which to me they need somebody like a Zach Gallen, or they need Framber Valdez, who's at this point is still out there. They've got to do something to kind of fill that gap.
They do need gap.
I think they need that. They lost Ryan O'Hearn too, who they had picked up at the trade deadline last year from the Orioles. He left and went to the Pirates. And the Rockies have done stuff, but for the poor old Rockies, I don't. It's just like, to be a Rockies fan is a sad thing, because it's just, I think, more losing, more 100-loss type seasons are in their future. So
we're sorry for you, Colorado.
Yeah, well. So there you have it. So those are the things. Okay, we got to go to the Dodgers. Okay, so we obviously know we know what they've done. Even some of their free agents that are out there, nothing big. Kiki Hernandez, who's been a great utility player for them, they probably will end up signing back with them for something. But the two big deals, they re-signed Miguel Rojas.
Of course they did.
Which wouldn't have been worth mentioning until last year's World Series when he had the clutch home run there. But, but the two big moves, they got Edwin Diaz from the Mets, their closer. So now one of their weakest points last year, if they had a weak point, it was the bullpen.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And now they've solidified that with one of the best closers in baseball. And then just to
put icing on the cake.
Or
they didn't even
pour salt in our wounds, or kick. It's just, there's a lot. When it happened, when they signed Kyle Tucker, there was a lot of genuine all right, we got to fix this now.
We got to stop them. It's unhealthy.
They're playing within the rules. So, and this is always the argument that people have made to me when I say I can't stand the Dodgers. They would say, well, if it was the Cardinals doing it, you would be okay with it. And that is absolutely true. But it's not the Cardinals doing it. And so I'm not okay with it. Again, they're playing within the rules, but you feel like you got to change the rules a little bit because
you can't buy
well, yeah, I know
their lineup. Their what's the word? Their hitting.
their lineup.
Yeah, their lineup.
What?
I feel like sometimes I just have to skim over it twice to make sure I'm actually reading the right names.
Agreed.
Because it's overpowered.
Agreed. It's not just an all-star team. In a lot of ways, it's a lot of guys that'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame. Not probably. Most of them will. At least now you add Kyle Tucker to it. He's on that trajectory. But, Shohei, Freddie, Mookie, those are all locks. So, you just, that front four, it's just incredible. And then you have the pitching, with Yamamoto. Obviously, Shohei will pitch more this year. And then Blake Snell. It's ridiculous. And then you got Edwin Diaz now at the back end. So it does, again, they're playing within the rules. They're 100% the favorites to win the West and win the World Series.
Favorites is a strong word. I feel like they're the people that we know are going to win, but yet they're not our favorites.
Well, I think once it gets to the World Series, most people will be pulling for if the Dodgers are there. Most people, kind of like last year, I felt like a lot of people, unless you were a Dodgers fan, everybody else was pulling for the Blue Jays. Yeah, just because it was like I don't want to see these guys win again.
No one does.
And again, they just so there's a lot of things that baseball has to figure out with whether it's a salary cap or what, but they've got to do something to make it more fair.
Salary cap doesn't sound bad.
Well, it doesn't sound bad to us. And I heard somebody say it the other day. It's like because the players and the players union and all that, there's negotiations that go back and forth. But this idea that if you put a salary cap in it, all these guys are going to now be like begging for bread. They're still going to be very, very, very wealthy. Well, and so can they make as much? No, but is it better for the long-term health of the sport? I think so.
Probably.
And again, I think even like fans. Now it's getting to the point where fans are like, this is not even fun to watch if we know the outcome already. If I'm a fan, like right now, St. Louis is in that, which is not normal, but they're in a season where they're getting rid of everybody. It's like, we got no shot. And even once they kind of reset the thing, it's like from a spending standpoint, there's only a couple teams that have the money to even compete with that, and
Dodgers.
It doesn't always pan out. But man, it's tough. So. Yeah, they're great. They got everybody. It's hard to not say that they're gonna. I'm picking them to win the West.
I'm picking them to win everything. Sadly.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll see. I'm gonna hope that something else happens, but there we go. So I'm gonna pick the Dodgers to win the West, and I think I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to pick one. I get into my other teams later, but I was leaning toward going with the Diamondbacks, assuming that guy. I think the Padres and the Giants. I know the Padres have Tatis, they have Machado.
Yeah.
Before you scoff at me, what are your picks then? What are you?
I'm doing Dodgers, Padres.
You're going Dodgers,
Machado, yeah.
Okay.
They're going to pull something out.
The Padres are going to find a way. I feel like they're going to take a step back.
I don't think they're going, obviously, too far, but I do think they win their division.
Well, they won't win the division, not if the...
wild card, but they will move forward. They will advance.
Okay. So you've got the Dodgers winning the division.
Padres wild card.
And Padres wild card. All right. I'm going to just go Dodgers.
That's dangerous.
And I'm going to, I'll tell you why later. I feel like, much like I did in the East on the American League, I'm leaning toward, it's crazy. Even as I'm saying it, I'm like, maybe I should rethink what I'm saying. Because I think I'm going to have 2 out of the Central. All right. You've convinced me. I'm gonna assume.
Yes.
I'm going to assume that Zach Gallen comes back to the D-backs. This would be against, Padres. I still say Padres and Giants. No, I'm going to go D-backs, resurge.
Whoa.
D-backs, wild card.
Oh.
Dodgers win the division.
Well,
And
it's like,
D-backs are your wild card. All right, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go 2-2-2 in the National League.
all right,
So there you go. So I have Dodgers and D-backs. You have Dodgers and Padres.
all right.
Okay.
I've convinced him of something.
Yeah. All right. So those are our picks. We'll get into the East and then the Central in the coming weeks. So now we'll transition into, we'll do our devotion.
All right.
And we're going to read a little bit. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I've heard different people reach out and say they are. So hopefully you are. And just trying to find, these are all real life players, current players, most of them, real life stories. And today, again, because we're in the National League West, we are going with the Dodgers. And who are we going with?
Yay. Mookie Betts.
It's one of your favorite players, though.
I mean, yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah, you do love him.
Yeah, I love him.
Even though he's a Dodger.
But
So
it's like saying, like, I love Nolan. I love Goldschmidt, but I don't like the Yankees. It's just like,
true.
I like a lot of players on the Dodgers alone, but I hate the team.
Yeah, no, I get that. All right, so we're going to read, this is Mookie Betts today.
This is chapter 39, Open to the Call. The verse is, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." Romans 12:10. What would you do if your coach asked you to give up your best position? The spot that you've mastered, where everyone knows your name. For Mookie Betts, that position was right field. Mookie had done it all. American League MVP, now 4-time World Series champion. He also won 6 Gold Gloves and the best defensive right fielder in the league. Over time, he had built a reputation for chasing down anything that reached his corner of the outfield. He was every fly ball's worst nightmare. Heading into the 2025 season, the Los Angeles Dodgers asked Mookie to play shortstop to cover a weak infield. That meant stepping out of his comfort zone. He would have to adjust to one of baseball's toughest positions and face plenty of critics who didn't think he could pull it off. But Mookie, a follower of Jesus, didn't complain or make it about himself. He embraced the challenge and agreed it was best for the team. Mookie's response is a great example of what we're called to do as Christians. We should strive to live humbly, serve the people around us, and use our gifts for something bigger than ourselves. That's exactly how Jesus lived. Even though he was the King of Kings, he never asked for special treatment. He healed the sick, fed crowds, and spent time with people others avoided. He gave everything for those who had nothing to offer in return. Being a kid is already a full-time job, between things like school and weekend ball travel. Serving others can sometimes feel like a stretch. But even with a packed-up schedule, there are always chances to serve. Sometimes it's just simple as holding the door for someone, or helping your sibling with homework they're struggling to finish. Even when you'd think you would rather be anywhere else, that's the kind of selfless love Jesus lived. And it's the kind he invites you to live as well.
So what does that mean to you?
For me, that just means, like baseball, it's a team sport. It's not a you alone sport. So the fact that Mookie was able to just fully give himself to the team and take it and step out of what he's used to, his comfort zone, as the book said, for him to be able to step out of that and just help, I feel like that's very, again, like the book says, it's how Jesus tells us to live. Like, per se, your mom, my mom wants me to clean my room. Instead of complaining or nagging about it, I need to just take one and do it. Not ask any questions and walk away and just listen. Like,
Yes, you should do that either way. But it is difficult when you've gotten used to doing something
Something for
and
so long.
you're asked to, even if you're used to being the main guy, and now you're asked to be not the main guy, and that can be difficult from a pride standpoint. We just saw this play out in baseball last season with Rafael Devers at the Red Sox when they signed Bregman
Oh yeah.
to play third base, and they tried to get him. Now that maybe they handled it wrong, but they tried to get him to play another position, and he was like, "I'm not," and they had to trade him. Um,
Whew.
so it's not easy when you, especially for Mookie. I mean, he had established, I mean, to be 6 Gold Gloves, and then he turned around and was a finalist, I believe, last year for the Gold Glove at shortstop, which is just against
Unbelievable.
how good he is. But um, yeah, I mean, it's difficult when you've established yourself in certain and to take a back seat or to. I think the biggest thing is just to be willing to not have it all be about you, like you said.
Right. Selflessness.
Yeah, so that can look, different in different ways. Doing what your mom tells you to do, you got to do that no matter what. That's not really selfless. That's called obedience. But
Bad
uh,
example on my behalf.
no, it's not. But there are examples even at the house, things that you can do. Serving your sister. Doing things like that. That maybe helping your sister do something that is annoying to you, but to being a good big brother or something like that. Selfless.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our devotion for today.
That's our devotion.
All right. We'll open up some cards. We'll just do a couple packs. Got our tops 2025 with, again, who else but a Dodger on these packs. It's still Shohei Ohtani. Yep. Still open these packs, so we'll just open them up real quick. Probably just for the sake of time tonight, we'll just do a new school player. Maybe we'll see who we open up here. We'll stick NL West themed.
Oh, first card, Rockies.
We probably should read about a Rocky player just to give them some love. Parker
And
Meadows.
then the next one's Padres.
All right.
Reds.
Hunter Brown, really good pitchers for the Houston Astros. One of the probably top pitchers. Gordon Graceffo, rookie card for the Cards there. Austin Gomber from the Rockies.
Willie Mays, old school.
Really? Nice. Fitting.
Yeah, very fitting.
Bo Naylor from the Guardians. Mitchell Parker. Got a Texas Rangers team card here.
Another Padres.
All right.
Put aside because I got so many.
Oh, Pete Alonso, foil card, new Oriole. Brian Bello, I think is how you say his name. Javier Sanoa. So I've got the only West player I got was Elias Diaz. So we'll probably go with one of yours. Oh, Austin Gomber. I forgot about him. So Rocky. I'll leave him out just in case.
Up. Let's see how many I got. I put down all of my players that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players. 3 of them Padres.
Let me see. Let's see who we'll go with. You got Elias Diaz too, the same card. Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
It's a vowel.
He was a Ranger. Ryan McMahon, let's go with him. He's a Rocky. He's not bad when it comes to fantasy baseball. So we'll look him up real quick, do some stats. We'll get out of here, but we'll learn about Ryan McMahon. We'll give some love to the lowly Rockies. And actually, yeah, as I'm reading this, I don't know that he is still a Rocky. I think he got traded last year in the middle of the year. Yeah, so he's out. He got traded in the middle of the year to the Yanks. I thought that as I was reading it, I thought maybe. You know what? We both got Elias Diaz. Let's go with him.
Patriots.
Why not?
Why not?
We'll learn about him on the fly.
All right.
He's a catcher and 35 years old. Venezuelan professional baseball catcher who is a free agent. He has previously played for the Pirates, the Rockies, the Padres. So he's not actually currently with the team. So hopefully he'll make it somewhere. His major league debut was September 12th, 2015 for the Pirates. Bats right, throws right. Career batting average 247, 71 home runs, 326 RBI. Played with the Pirates 2015 to 2019, the Rockies 2020 to 2024. That's where I remember him from. And then the Padres 24 to 25. He was an All-Star in 2023 with the Rockies. And he's played for the Colombia national team. Maybe he'll be participating in the World Baseball Classic coming up. And hopefully he'll have a major league team. Get invited to somebody's spring camp. But there you go. Not much to learn about him. He is a catcher. And he's played 10 years in the big leagues.
All right.
So that's pretty impressive. So Elias Diaz, former Padre.
Okay. Got it.
Hopefully gets signed to a team this offseason.
Love how the two players that we decided on are both undecided if they're still in the division.
Well, we learned again. Yeah. Ryan McMahon, he was not. So that card, he's a Rocky for that season. But at the trade deadline last year, he got traded to the Yanks.
And then the other guy is undecided.
Yeah, and could have gone with a couple others, but there you go. Elias Diaz, that's our guy. And so that's it for tonight. Anything on your mind? Go Seahawks.
Go Seahawks, sure. Boo Dodgers.
Baseball season right around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so we're looking forward to it. Pray for us, and we will call it a night.
Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the podcast that we were just able to film, Lord. Pray that someone watching this video would just honor you and just fully commit their lives to you, Lord. I pray that all of us we would learn to change. We would learn to, if we have a bad habit, just to get over it and fight through it and just... Lord, I pray this in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I struggle with that prayer.
All right.
Ooh,
it's all right.
That's rough.
Good. All right. We love you guys. Again, help us to get the word out.
Although I couldn't get my words out.
That's all right. Get the word out. Follow us on socials and do all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Help us. We're just trying to start small. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. So help us, get the word out there, and then we'll worry about the thousands and the millions after that. So help us, and we appreciate those that are watching. So love you guys, and we'll see you next time.